Go on, just first tell me, what was your reactions to the scenes we saw in Munich last night?
Well, I was looking forward to the game, and of course, the two on at the same time with Man United and Man City. So the offices in Manchester, so a great deal of interest, and it was an excellent game, good atmosphere. City started off well, but then of course things went wrong, as sometimes they can do in the heat of the moment with regard to substitutions, taking players off and then getting players on and warming players up and not using them. But at the end of the day, of course, it all kicked off with comments from the manager with regard to Carlos Tevez, and we know he's had his troubles at the club after initially doing well, of course, last season, and was captain. Then over the summer, talk of not liking Manchester and wanting to move, and no club being arranged, which of course can happen when you've got a top player on top money. So to some extent, you know, it's been an accident waiting to happen.
We saw last night angry scenes from Edin Dzeko and Carlos Tevez. Do you think with the modern game this is the sort of thing we can expect more of?
It's very difficult. One of the problems, of course, a lot of clubs might wish to change places, but as Man City are able to buy more and more top-class players and can't play them all, it's becoming a difficult job for a manager. It needs good human resources and diplomacy to keep everybody happy. I mean, that's been a situation with all our top clubs, and it's never easy because players only love you when they're playing, and from that point of view, it's important really that everybody pulls together. And of course, it's easy me saying that and supporters saying that, but in the heat of the action, it's sometimes things get said and things get done that it's not always best to respond to immediately, albeit the manager has responded and says he doesn't want Carlos Tevez to play for him again, which makes it difficult to move out of such entrenched situations. But of course, we've got one of the world's best players, paid a great deal of money for him, some 30 million, and we're in the closed transfer window, so we've got 3 months, which is a massive time out of the season we've got. They've got an asset, and it's a question of which option they take. Personally, I think I'd want to get round the table and sort it all out, and proper apologies made, and there'd have to be some sanction, of course, but you would think that you just got to be mindful you're not cutting off your nose to spite your face. It's not City's job to necessarily set an example for the rest of the football world, because every situation is different.
Can you see how scenes like last night look to the fans, these multi-millionaire players basically throwing their toys out of them?
Of course I can, and I can see a view whereby when top players are on such good money and they've had the ability now since Bosman to earn that money, that they should be expected, no matter what the circumstances, to do as the manager's saying and get out there and play for the team or get warmed up, whether you're brought on or not. That's easy in the cold light of day. It's a little bit different when it's a personal situation and can be a clash of personalities, but you've got to have a manager making the decisions, and you've got to have players following it. Otherwise, of course, you can get anarchy.